published 12/24 EDT, the 11th of October 2017, updated 1950 EDT, the 11th of October 2017. The Queen has asked Prince Charles to step in and lay her wreath at the cenotaph on Remembrance Sunday. This break in tradition will see Her Majesty observe the annual ceremony from the balcony instead. It will be the first time she will be present at the service without laying a floral tribute. Buckingham Palace has not given a reason for the change in protocol, but it is known the 91-year-old monarch has gradually started to share out royal duties with her eldest son as she gets older. Stepping down, the Queen has requested Prince Charles lay the floral wreath at the Remembrance Sunday service in November in her place above the Queen. In 2016 break-in tradition, it will be the first time the 91-year-old monarch has been present at the service but not taking part above the Queen attending the ceremony on November 13, 2016. Stepping up, Prince Charles will lay 2 wreaths at the ceremony at Sunday, November 12 above the Duchess of Cornwall with the Prince in November 2007 at the Queen's request. This will mean Charles will lay 2 tributes this year, his own and one on behalf of his mother. Philip's equerry will lay his wreath during the ceremony on Sunday, November 12, Buckingham Palace said. The Queen and Duke will stand on a balcony of the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, traditionally used by royal women like the Duchess of Cambridge and Duchess of Cornwall, to watch the service in Whitehall. A Buckingham Palace spokesman said the Queen wishes to be alongside the Duke of Edinburgh and he will be in the balcony. Prince Philip formally retired from royal engagements earlier this year at age 96. Queen Elizabeth is the oldest and longest-serving monarch following her coronation in 1953. Queen Elizabeth is the oldest and longest-serving monarch following her coronation in 1953, but it was reported in August she was planning on sharing more duties to her son Prince Charles. Pictured together, left and right, the Queen has only missed 6 cenotaph ceremonies during her reign on 4 occasions when she was on overseas visits to Ghana in 1961, Brazil in 1968, Kenya in 1983 and South Africa in 1999. She was not present during the 1959 and 1963 services as she was pregnant with her 2 youngest children. The cenotaph ceremony is a poignant and significant event in the life of the nation, which normally involves the Queen leading the country in remembering those who have died in world wars and other conflicts. Sources in September were forced to deny reports the Prince of Wales was demanding a more prominent role for himself in royal affairs, so Charles' role in laying the wreath on behalf of the head of state will be a significant moment. When asked about the Duke's decision to watch the event from the balcony, the Buckingham Palace spokeswoman replied it's not unusual for members of the family to watch it from the balcony. He wants to attend and wishes to be with the family on the balcony. Charles has laid a wreath before on behalf of the Queen, in 1983 when she was out of the country, and when the monarch was in South Africa in 1999 she laid a wreath at the cenotaph in Durban. In August, the Mail on Sunday reported it had been claimed the Queen was set to abdicate and make Charles king in all but name in a secret palace plan for her retirement. Her Majesty was said to have told her inner circle that if she is still on the throne at the age of 95, she will ask for a piece of legislation to grant her eldest son full power to reign while she is alive. Royal commentator Robert Jobson told the newspaper he has spoken to a number of high-ranking courtiers who say preparations for the transition of the crown are gaining pace. He claims palace communications staff have been ordered to be up to speed on the 1937 Regency Act, the bill which grants power to the heir apparent. The following month, senior palace sources were forced to categorically deny reports the Prince of Wales was demanding a more prominent role for himself in royal affairs. The claims suggested the heir had been working to increase his responsibilities by the time he reaches his 70th birthday next year. The move was known as Project 70. But an insider rubbished claims and called the so-called project a fantasy. Speaking last month, the source said this is not the case. There is no such project. The prince believes everything he does is representing Her Majesty anyway. He exists to serve. He is there to support her in everything she does. Prince Philip stepped down from public life in August after carrying out 22,220 solo engagements in royal duties in 70 years. He undertook an incredible 637 foreign visits and gave 5,496 speeches in that time. The prince is understood to have made the choice this year but was keen to clarify it was not related to his health, with the Duke of Edinburgh now taking a backseat. Speculation has continued to grow about the Queen. However, in August, it was reported the Queen was in her job for life. On the throne for more than 65 years, Elizabeth II has always made it publicly clear that abdication is not an option. On her 21st birthday, she made her now famous radio broadcast from Cape Town in South Africa in 1947 on her first official overseas visit, declaring, "My whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong." At the time, a palace source said with Philip stepping down from public duties, the Queen would be turn to younger members of Team Windsor, namely the Prince of Wales and the Duke of Cambridge, to support her in her role. This may explain why Prince Charles was asked to lay the wreath at this year's Remembrance Sunday service. The Queen rarely carries out overseas duties and, although she still holds investitures, a number are also carried out by Charles, William and the Princess Royal. Earlier this year, Buckingham Palace confirmed Her Majesty will continue to carry out a full program of official engagements with the support of members of the royal family. The palace said Philip, however, may pop up at public events from time to time. In 1992, the Queen dismissed any speculation that she would step down, insisting frankly it is a job for life. She was speaking about the death of her father, King George VI, for a BBC TV documentary, Elizabeth R., marking the 40th anniversary of her accession. "In a way, I didn't have an apprenticeship. My father died much too young and so it was all very sudden, taking on and making the best job you can," the Queen said. "It's a question of maturing into something that one's got used to doing, and accepting the fact that it's your fate, because I think continuity is very important. It is a job for life."